caliber. Needs 8 for a title. Bang!
There's the emotion.
There it is.
Boom! Jordan Richard.
Champion again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stepladder Finals here at the PBA50 Hamtramck Singles Classic Open in Westland, Michigan at the Vision Lanes Bendabane Davis alongside Craig Elliott. And Craig, boy, that is not the way you want to start for John Rakoski.
Yeah, right into the action. Rakoski starts out 7-10 the first shot. He chose to start over there. Brett Angelo, the 5 seed, Rakoski, the 4. And that's not the start he was looking for, unfortunately. Can he bounce a pin?
No, he can't.
Rakoski's been on fire today, as we've documented. 2-0 both matches. Undefeated, making his run through match play. As a 24 seed, the final qualifier into match play. And here he is bowling the Stepladder final. And both these players looking for their second title here on this PBA50 tour.
Rakoski had a nail biter with James Campbell to punch his ticket in. To face Dave Wodka, our number 3 seed. Number 2, Troy Stuss. And all roads lead to the number 1 seed, Jason Couch. Another 7-10 back-to-back on different lanes. What is going on here in Michigan?
Wow. That's all I got. Just wow.
Have you ever seen that before, Craig?
Not to start a Stepladder final. I mean, my gosh.
Cursed opening.
We're all giggling, but Brad's not giggling. I mean, that's his chance to, you know, and his hip's hurting. I talked to him. It's hurting. Something popped, and he's just trying to baby a little bit. So he says, hey, 7-10 for Rakoski. Gives me a little opening there and can't capitalize on it. So we're even. No. 9 apiece through 9. Anything you can do, I can do better, I guess is the theory there.
Might be a mirroring effort from both gentlemen, like you talked about. The title chase here, several individuals looking for their first on this tour, but a couple of these guys have some hardware at home, Craig.
Yeah, these guys have all won lots of things throughout their careers. Brad's won on a regular tour. Watka, Couch, of course, a Hall of Famer out on the regular tour. Rakoski with his first win last year on this 50 tour as a PBA guy. But he's won a ton of stuff on the amateur circuit for decades. And just about everything you can win in the state of Florida. And, of course, Troy Stuss. He's crushed Michigan bowling for decades as well. A little bit of experience on this tour, not much, but making his deepest run ever in his career. So Brad Angelo now trying to make a spare here in a second.
And you can see already Brad Angelo maybe teetering off of some of those shots, dealing with the injury, a true warrior.
And he said he's just going to try to fall off, you know. So if you get your timing right, the ball's gone before you fall over or fall off the shot. So that's what he's trying to make sure you get a good release and then just take the pressure off that hip. And when it's really going to hurt, though, is shots like that. When you're shooting cross lane, it spares. Similar to what we saw from Pete Weber a few years back when he had that hip issue. It's the corner pins that really, really hurt when you really plant and put a lot of pressure on that hip area.
Deep on the right side, Rakoski comes in, crushes 10, bounce back in the second. Single elimination here in our Stepladder Finals. One game to decide who moves on and who goes home.
Yeah, win, advance, lose, and you're on to Aberdeen if you're bowling the next event here in a few days. A lot of Dave Watka fans out there. Dave, of course, has given his entire bowling career servicing the sport as a rep for Ebonite and now the Brands of Brunswick, so he is very well known all across the country. And we'll see Watka in the next match, waiting the winner of this one right here.
Loser of this battle will receive $2,000. That's the 5th place prize. Brad Angelo, right lane. Deep over on the middle, comes across Brooklyn, leaves a pin standing. 3-pin does not want to go anywhere, Craig.
It does not. Going to have to knock it down with the ball here on this spare attempt. But I think the question is, can Brad make it through, 3 games here? He's going to try.
Now, the conversation that we've had all day long is this oil pattern. It's been tricky. caused a lot of splits early, but some of the bowlers have adapted and found the transitions. Oh, hockey for Angelo.
Hit it right in the middle of the side. Yeah.
But for the lane, Craig, what do you assess of this pattern?
Well, you know, I didn't watch a ton of practice. We were making some camera moves and adjustments, but let's hope it doesn't end up like 27 and 28 did in that last match, because that pair got just ugly.
Dave Watka and Randy Weiss.
Man, they made that look tough. But I think as a group they tried to break down the outside, tried to get some little bit of hook spot there, and maybe a little push depending on what they did. We're seeing some urethane. We'll definitely see urethane from Watka. That's all he's thrown all week. Angelo throws, majority reactive. I think it should be mild scoring. I don't expect 260 games, but some 220s and 230s is very feasible out there right now.
Give him 10. High caliber. Here's one more look at that. Brad Angelo strike.
That 7-pin was thinking about standing.
I'm glad it decided to fall. Brad needs all the help he can get, all the luck on his side dealing with that injury. Now Rakoski outside the first frame. He's been perfect. Will it continue? Man, just sits right in the pocket.
Unflappable is Rakoski.
We've seen a lot of different bowlers have some low energy impact down lane, but Rakoski's just got a solid thump on those 10 pins. Rakoski made his way through. Everybody today, he's not intent on stopping now.
And these players know that once John starts striking, man, you buckle up, because he strikes in bunches.
He swept Andres Gomez, swept Bill Rowe, and swept James Campbell, who, had a fantastic 2024 Hamtramck.
Yeah, great match against Mika Koivuniemi for James Campbell, but maybe a little emotions let down the next match. Rakoski just handed it to him.
Angelo just keeps creeping right, Craig.
7-10 to a 9-pin on that lane.
Is there an adjustment that you're observing that could be beneficial for Brad Angelo?
The 7-10s are usually never a bad shot. He's just got to figure out how to strike. I think it's more forget about, what's going to happen to that little shooting pain in your hip when you plant. It's going to happen no matter what. It's tough to block out. Much better spare attempt there as he almost missed that 3-pin to the right earlier this game. You can tell he's frustrated. It's like he worked his butt off for a couple of days to get here, and now, earlier today in match plays, that hip just kind of has that popping noise. It's like, oh, yeah, come on, all right. Why can't that happen after you're done? Right? Then you got a couple days to recuperate, but he's going to grind through it. He's an Italian, right? He doesn't feel no pain.
Hey. Mamma mia for Brad Angelo. Here he is. Give him 10. Big 6th frame for BA.
88 in the 5th. Rakoski with that 7-10. Nothing but strikes since. So Rakoski with a pretty good advantage here halfway through this game.
Man, this is just business as usual for John Rakoski. Rinse and repeat in order to proceed through. Everything, of course, winds up with Jason Couch, our #1 seed. Few more matches to get to that point. Rakoski, 6th frame, still on the ball. First place prize, $7,500. A lot of bowlers came out to Michigan at the beginning of this week. Only one can raise that coveted top spot.
Yeah, we're just a few entries shy of a full field. A lot of the other PBA 50 events have already sold out over the next next few months. The Masters, one of the notable ones. It's got a big waiting list. The Village has got a waiting list, but you know what? We're going to crown a champion here at Vision Lanes before heading to Aberdeen for the next stop.
A little bit of humanity displayed from Rakoski. Not as impeccable as those first several shots on this lane.
And that was just a flat tug. Missed it left. Make this spare. Still going to be up at least 29 through 6 frames.
Yeah. Brad Angelo is a little bit close there, Craig.
The crowd goes.
Brad's sitting there thinking, I need more of that. Give me some honey and sugar on this right lane.
Well, Angelo just got to bear down, block out the pain, throw some strikes, and again, hope that Rakoski gives him an opening.
Time to bite down on the hypothetical mouthpiece here. Brad Angelo.
And again, with Chuck and Leather on. There you go.
Aces. That frame. Takes it over to the left. Last time he shot on this, it was a strike. The time before that, it was also a strike. He's taken a re-rack here. Craig, veteran move.
Yeah, veteran move. Just regroup. Maybe he saw something in the rack he didn't like, or just wants an extra second to take a deep breath and let Rakoski think about it. Rakoski's pacing 227. Angelo can still shoot 238, so it's far from over. But Rakoski's got it. He's got the upper hand right now. He's got control of the pocket. Take out that last shot on left lane. He's feeling good. He's on a roll today. Yet to be beaten any of the matches. And hey, Brad's a little banged up.
Held together by optimism, band-aids, and a pretty dang good bowling ball. Brad Angelo's hopes still alive here at Vision Lanes. But he needs big results. 8th frame. Backswing high, comes down with some speed. Give him 10. You can tell Brad Angelo's just grit in his teeth here. Meanwhile, Rakoski trying to bounce back from his first error since the opening frame of the game. Will he stumble or will he solidify? 8th frame. Back to form.
We've seen that before. But again, just some flapple, right? He just, yeah, all right, throw another strike, give me the ball, I'll do it again.
In terms of arsenal, when you look at what these guys are throwing, any deep thoughts or takeaways?
Not quite sure where Rakoski's throwing down there. Brad's in, I think, maybe a Storm Summit. Not 100% sure on that one either. Saw a few different balls in practice up there, but I didn't take the notes. Some of the newer balls out right now, it's tough to pick them up from our vantage point.
Rakoski went a little bit too far, right?
Okay, that was left all the way. Looks like he fell off it just a little bit, but gets a break. That 7-pin goes out. That could have been the 3, 6, 7, 10 pretty easily. So what's that do to our score now? Spares 87, 37 his max. Now, Brad Angelo can definitely win it in the 9th and 10th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rakoski looked
shocker.
Just on a different level through 6 frames and has stumbled.
Well, he was thinking about that last spare in that lane that he almost chopped.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not do that again. Well, he made the over adjustment. Brad taking his second and final rear rack of the game now, thinking, oh, wait a minute. 225 the max for Rakoski. 238 for Brad. Couple of strikes here. He's going to move on.
His day is not over. Some had written him off, our 5 seed, given the injury.
And here's a stat for you. Brad has bowled 41 PBA 50 events.
Wow.
He's made 17 Stepladder finals. 17 times out of the 41 events he's been in the Stepladder. That's
almost near
50%. But only won once. Only won once. That's the shocking part. When I said, well, you got 2 or 3 total, I said 1. I said, really? But he's in between him and Tom Hess and Chris Barnes the last couple of years, they're making all the shows.
Yeah. Beating
each other up. And then, throw in a Parker Bone year when Parker won 5 a couple years ago. We're used to seeing some of these guys bowl for these titles, and it was shocking. And he says, I only got 1. So, all right. I'll be number 2 today then.
Big
He's got some work to do, though, if he's going to do that.
Yeah, that was a tough frame for Brad Angelo. A real opportunity to extend himself.
Double a 9, he's a winner. Anything less, John Rakoski's going to have a chance.
Like we've talked about all week long, betting on strikes with these lanes is a tough thing to feel sure about.
Yeah, the only match that looked like there was a ton of strikes was Parker and Jason that last round. Other than that, they've all been fairly difficult. This 38-foot Albee pattern is definitely challenging on this lane surface. Yeah, that was a solid shot. Posted the best he could, just jammed it right in that 1-3, and that was a no-doubter.
And that is how you start the 10th frame to try and clinch this.
Yeah, you can't get a double if you don't get the first one. I mean, that's
what they say. You can take a couple pins off of,
It's pretty tough to get that double. It's kind of like every, 99% of the putts come up short and don't go in.
Yeah.
The other 1%, the putter goes in the pond. All right. Bowling math says need this one and 9.
Angelo. His day still continuing.
I'm sorry, he can only shoot 217. I'd give him an extra 10 pins there somewhere.
Oh.
See, bowling math is hard.
Finds 10. Brad Angelo. One more shot here in our 4th and 5th seed duel. With that corrected math, what are we looking at, Craig?
One more gives him 217. Force Rakoski to double. I think I spent too many days looking at this monitor. Can't even see straight.
Angelo, last shot. Comes in, can't find all 10. 216 for Brad Angelo.
Same scenario, he still got a double.
Well, makes it.
Strike spare or spare strike is 215. Lose my pin. So that 9 was the right number for Brad. So Rakoski's been striking on this lane. It's the other lane that's caught him a few times.
Well, either way.
Hasn't missed on this lane.
Until now.
Rips a 10.
Wow.
Brad Angelo survives.
Unreal. Rakoski looked unbeatable early, but just couldn't be as consistent. And I think that's really the rare time we've seen Rakoski have problems. He's been a dependable bowler this entire tournament.
He hasn't missed on that right lane yet. Put that one right dead in the pocket and just ringing 10.
Wow.
Give me a 5th place finish for John Rakoski in the first event on this PBA 50 season here in 2024. 215 to 216. And we're going to have Dave Watka and Brad Angelo here. Yeah, so Dave's going to start on that left lane so he can finish on 24, which is his better lane, what we saw here in practice. No surprise, but remember that gives Brad the finish on that left lane, which was the better one for him.
Exactly.
So, a lot of frames ago whether that even matters, but here we go.
Well, and again, let's say you leave the first frame open and Brad Angelo steps up and starts burying some sand on you. It really causes problems. We saw Parker Bone get bit by an open frame.
Yeah, if Brad gets that right lane in addition to it, then this could be a tough one. So here's our first shot from Watka and a flat 10.
Well, he touched it. It's wobbling. Not a lot of movement, actually. Just didn't seem to pitch over. This fourth place matchup will grant the loser $2,300. Nice little payday. As Dave Watka silences the 10-pin. "34 years since Dave Watka joined. Now his first PBA 50 title is just in front of him. The battle-hardened Brad Angelo moving onwards and upwards. Pain is just part of the game as he goes right through the face.
Starts out 7-10 the first game. Starts out big 4 here in game number 2.
Yeah. Well, maybe this was what Dave Watka had drawn up. Let's see, can Brad Angelo find a conversion? Nope.
It's only happened one time on television in the history of the PBA, done by Walter Ray Williams Jr. We had one made off camera yesterday, remember, down at the TOC.
Yeah. Now Angelo. Left lane. This is where he started to bake his success into reality. Will he do it again?
Brad shot 216 game number 1.
Feels like that came across. Lucky to leave just the 6-pin there potentially. Angelo versus the 6-pin. Gets it. Well, 2 spares to, or excuse me, an open and a spare to open things up for Brad Angelo. Now Dave Watka with a chance to put some strikes on the board. Watka, nice backswing on it, comes right directly into the pocket. That lane he has locked and loaded, Greg. It's just this left one.
Yeah, if he figures this one out, this could be bad news for Brad Angelo.
Dave Watka, number 12.
Not gonna carry. See, it looks like he got that one in a little bit. Maybe try to square up just a touch, and that ball doesn't get there.
Yeah. Just some weird results on the left lane for Watka. Nothing too tragic. I mean, 9 spare opportunities, staying clean.
Yeah, it's makeable. You know, I mean, he knows the scoring pace is 2 teens, 2 20s. You know, he's got to throw in, stay clean, throw in a double or 3-bagger somewhere, and it's going to be a close game. But you want to be the aggressor. You want to, I want to go out there and set the tone. Brad, man, you got to come and get me. I don't want to just go back and forth, and then see what happens in the 10th. And it just comes a 1-frame roll off at that point, right? You want to set the tone. And right now, that left lane is not cooperating for Dave Watka.
Brad Angelo here. 3rd frame. Open in his first shot on this side. Let's see what he can do. Oh, felt like that had some steam, but unfortunately that 4-pin was not going anywhere.
Yeah, just a touch high.
And again, an opportunity to put a strike on the board. Some pressure on your opponent. Brad Angelo, though, Unable to, as he makes the spare. Still trailing by a baker's dozen here.
Oh, I just want a donut. A bagel. Let's go bagel instead.
Bagel and
We're in
everything.
Detroit. There's some good bagels in Detroit.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to stop and get some tomorrow morning.
Don't threaten me with a good breakfast.
Brad Angelo, left lane. Oh, just a little bit wide there. A shot that we've seen plague him throughout this tournament.
Yeah, he's been playing that lane a little bit tighter, a little bit more aggressive, but that one just a little too quick off the hand. Just kind of flew off the hand and never got into the roll he wanted. There's the old 2-5. Just try not to chop it.
Brad Angelo's injury, the topic and through line. As you can see him really labor himself on that release.
Yeah, and those are the shots that really hurt when you really try to just get that little extra leverage on it, and it's just, you know, that shoots right from your shoulder down to your toe.
Brad Angelo on one leg here in Westland, Michigan at the 2024 PBA50 Hamtramck Singles Classic. Vision Lanes will see a champion later tonight. Will it be our #1 seed Jason Couch, or will it be Troy Stuss, Dave Watka, or Brad Angelo? Gets the strike there. Slow ball, but detonates on all 10.
Yeah, we knew. We saw in practice he's got the right lane. That's not the issue. It's the left lane.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it gets better or worse for Dave Watka. And, you know, even when I say worse, 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike, not that bad.
Yeah, it's 15-pin game early here. But Dave Watka with the definite advantage. You know, he's got the line on the right lane. He's leaving the easy makeables on the left lane. If he starts striking over here, it's bad news for Brad Angelo.
Watka searching for the strike. Comes in, gets 10. Craig, he's heating up.
And he gave that one the business, but you saw down lane, that ball still was just kind of lazy getting in that pocket, right? It wasn't making that defined, hey, I'm coming for you, 8-pin. I'm going to drive through here and get it. It's just, you know, kind of the light mixer look there, which is okay, but
You really want some definitiveness down lane with your shots.
so no, you'd kind of make a little move off that, but I don't know if you can, because we've seen a lot of early hook here today as well. The fronts are very touchy.
Wow.
And Brad's lost now.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 7. When you're not hitting the head pin, that's when you know something is wrong. Brad Angelo was able to take out Rakoski by several pins, but it does look like the gap is widening. Now, we did see in our opening matchup, he came alive in the last half, as he makes this spare. Maybe history will repeat.
+30 pin advantage right now. Brad's going to make another ball change, or a ball change. Excuse me, not another one yet, but a ball change here in the 6th frame to try to find a little something. You know, big 4, a couple 9 counts, left the 2-5, and then that last shot there. He's kind of been all over the place a little bit, which, you know, I guess it's very difficult to get that release where you want to hit those targets when you know you're going to have that shooting pain. Get you right in the behind.
When Brad Angelo, that was wide.
Yeah, better balance, but just you can tell that he's thinking he's trying to get that before he plants, and you're playing catch up, and it was behind that one and out the window again.
Same spare situation that Brad Angelo faced on the right lane, and no strikes through 6. It is getting desperate for Brad Angelo.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what ball he's throwing now. It's just an execution thing, right? He's not executing the way he wants to.
Staying clean outside of that first frame, but can't stand up with the caliber of what Dave Watka is doing on the lanes. Watka taking a re-rack here. Or excuse me.
He had 7 spare, adjusting that to get the score right for Brad.
Two-pin differential currently, but Watka about to widen that considerably. If he's able to extend this to a 4-bagger, things could be looking bleak for Brad Angelo. As Watka.
Another strike, and he's going to go up 52.
Whew. Play with fire. How about you get scorched?
I told you, if Watka can figure out how to strike on that left lane, he's going to throw a bunch of little strikes because he's got the right lane. And of course, you strike on one lane. Now, there's a 3-bagger, and pressure is on. Again, his arm swing's more relaxed too, right? I mean,
yeah.
You know, Angelo's he's not making him think, oh, I have to strike, I have to do it. No, he's got a nice lead now. Now it's just let your brain and body do what it knows how to do.
Click into the flow. Find your perfect state of being as Dave Watka once again challenges the left lane.
See, it looks like he got that one in just a little bit. Ooh,
yeah.
That was better down lane, but man, you can't cheat it anymore. That's about as far in as he can get. And you don't want to try speeding up because we've seen shots just go right past everything.
62 pins between Dave Watka and Brad Angelo. Wide gap.
Yeah, 218 to max now for Brad.
Finds a strike there. But he is going to need Dave Watka to have a catastrophic failure in the last several frames.
Yeah, and Watka, if he can get up here and strike again in the 8th, they'll give him a couple practice shots, you know, get in the next match, because remember, he does not get any shots. So before this next match, Couch will get a few shots, and then I think Couch will get 4 practice to stay loose on the championship pair, and then Stuss will get 8. And Brad will just, or excuse me, Dave, if he advances as it looks like he will, we'll have to just watch that. So.
Oh, again, very wide for Angelo and unable to take out the 2.
So maybe this could be an opportunity that Dave could take a look at something reactive. You never know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think he will, but why not?
Nice spare by Angelo again. Clean game outside the first frame, but only 1 strike. Meanwhile, Watka, 5 strikes in 6 frames. Let's see if he can extend it.
I mean, he can go 9 miss, 9 miss, 9 miss, shoot 205. The max score for Angelo's 198. So
yeah, about decided.
Yeah, the proverbial fat lady is singing. Is that?
I think so.
Don't lose that lane now.
In terms of stylistic matchup, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but Troy Stuss and Dave Watka, who has, in your opinion, had a better handle on what these lanes are giving them?
Well, we haven't seen him throw a lot of games today, but Troy's throwing a lot of strikes this afternoon in his matches. He's comfortable in this building. Of course, it's a new scenario for him, a new situation. You know, an opportunity to bowl for a PBA50 title, which is something I'm sure he's thought about for a long time. You know, experience, you got to get it, Dave. But what the lanes are doing now, you know, maybe a slight edge to Troy. And if there was odds on the match, just a, very, very slight edge to Watka. Very slight.
Pick 'em for sure. Here at the 2024 PBA50 Hamtramck Singles Classic at Vision Lanes in Westland, Michigan. Dave Watka. Maybe gonna see some new looks and lines and leans here on the left side. Now that was a commanding strike.
Yeah, he's having a Dave Watka is having a little conversation with Jeff Johnson now. All right, you got 3 shots here in the 10th frame. What are you going to do? And Brad's trying a different ball too, just for information. All right, let me see what the lanes are doing. They'll be back here again next year. All this information goes in the old memory bank.
Yeah, that blue ball. Good old Phil ball.
Make that spare, get one more shot. Good tournament for Brad. He kind of got lucky there with the free pass there, losing to Stuss in the round of 8, but it's the highest remaining seed left. After Couch won, he got in as the 5. Defeated Rakoski the first game 216-215, but he is going to lose this one.
There's a nice strike from Angelo. He will be walking away with $2,300 from the prize fund for this 4th place finish. We talked about Brad Angelo's titles in hardware. Big finish for him. Not what he wanted, but still pretty good week here at the Hamtramck. One more shot here from
Brad, great sense of humor. Carl, give him a round of applause. Say, nice job, got it out. He said, yeah. All right, down the stretch I come. I mean, he could easily just gone up there and just dropped the ball and not even finish, right? But that's just not what he's made of, right? I mean, as much as it hurts, we'll try a couple different balls, get some information. He's made 17 of 41 shows in his PBA50 career. It's at almost half.
Yep.
If we're back in this building next year, there's a good chance Brad Angelo's going to be right back in that same pair of lanes. So that's the whole reason for trying a couple different balls there in the 10th frame.
The big consideration as well, injury coming into this stepladder final. He found himself midway through our round of 8 feeling impaired, and battling through all of that is the story for Brad Angelo as he exits this tournament. Now Dave Watka, chance to analyze and see.
Well, I think Brad Stickson will find himself on a hot tub here in about 30 minutes. That's where you're going to find him.
I could use a hot tub right about now as well. It is chilly out there. Watka right down the center.
Well, there's our answer. He's not gonna try anything reactive. Just throwing some up the left side, up the middle there, just to not worry about urethane, do anything else to his current line. But interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I guess, value on both sides, right? Maybe not getting out of your line. And look, when you're striking, you're hitting a 248.
Oh, yeah, I mean, sometimes too much information is detrimental as well, too, right? But, All right, we're going to have Dave Watka and Troy Stuss here in a semifinal match in our opening tournament on the PBA50 Tour 2024.
But that's the other consideration, is there's not many games here on these lanes. You can only affect them so much with the urethane.
I mean, a little bit more, though, than the match play, right? The matches are best of 3. You only had 3 games with limited practice. They had 20 minutes of practice before the lane started. They've got, 8 frames, almost a full game between games for the player coming in. So they're getting banged up pretty good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
7.
but you see the ball, it just doesn't want to make that turn. It's trying, but it's just not quite going. Makeable spare, nothing wrong with that. It's no split, no big 4, no 7-10 like we've seen the other matches start out.
Is that a move with the feet potentially to rectify that, or is it just something with the down lane oil?
Well, we saw him do that. What was it? I think 7th frame, make that move in just a little bit right, but then it came in really high. So it's just very, very touchy in the front part of the lane right now. And if he jams it through, you know, some of the shots that we saw just missed the head pin right for some of the other players.
Really playing with fire either way.
Well, it just shows you how good these guys are. I mean, they're hitting the pocket. It's just not going through the pocket the way they want, but they're still getting it there, and it's not that simple right now. Then Troy just tries to jam it in there. Left off his hand, left down lane.
Big purple from Troy. Stuss joined in 2010, looking for his first title ever.
Yeah, he's bowled a few events on the tour, but this is his deepest run by far. First chance to potentially bowl for a title if he can get past Watka here. Won a ton of stuff around the state of Michigan for decades. No experience to bowling for titles, but again, this is on the cameras against, you know, Dave Watka, who's won on a national tour, you know, one of the most experienced players out here. And then if you get by him, well, that's just Hall of Famer Jason Couch. That's all. That's all. No worries. Yeah.
No biggie.
That's a much better shot.
Yeah. That had some zip and some zap. Give Troy Stuss his 10 points stat. Dave Watka, spare on the left lane. First shot now on the right lane. This was his bread and butter in his first stepladder matchup. Oh, Craig, that was light. Didn't really seem like it.
A little bit. We also saw him not strike on one shot that really counted. I mean, you know, the couple on 10 didn't matter, but he said this lane wired pretty good. And that one,
yeah,
a little light.
Loser of this matchup will walk away with $2,800. Could buy yourself a couple nice steak dinners. But everybody's chasing that top spot. Watka for the spare. Able to get it. Just kind of moved that last pin over.
Yeah, one of the nice things about this PBA50 tour is these guys out here looking for the pay. Yeah, money's great, right? Yeah,
but they're not like
absolutely.
Yeah,
they're not going to deny it,
of
but
course, yeah.
They want to win. They want to win. They want their name on a banner. Watka wants his name on another banner, right? He's got one on the regular tour, but he wants one here. He wants to be up there with his buddy Jason Couch and all the guys that he's bowled with, you know, through his career. He wants his own PBA50 banner. His purple and silver one is up there now, but that wasn't from this tour.
And you can see the banners above lanes 22 through 25 as Dave Watka gets a big strike on the left. I will say that Dave Watka banner looks good. Troy Stuss trailing by 18 pins here. How much can he bite into it? Deep on the right, gets 10. Now he snatches the lead slightly as he heads to the left lane. First time he shot on this lane, it was a strike. We'll see if he can repeat that. A lot of loft. Deep on the right, comes in. Brings down the 7. Delayed strike for Stuss. And watch out. Troy Stuss, 3 in a row. Dave Watka, 4th frame. Time to put some more oil on the gas as he now trails by 32 pins. Playing a right into the center, comes right into the pocket, and he will not be denied 10 more. A lot of tension in the air here at Vision Lanes. Let's see what Watka's got. Can he make it 3 in a row? Oh, 10 pin. Stoned. That was rooted in.
It's a pretty good shot, but that 10 pin didn't budge. 6 pin just laid in the gutter. Did not do its job.
Fire it.
Got one job, 6 pin.
Send it home.
Job.
Without workers' compensation.
Put in timeout at least.
Yeah. Dave Watka, 5th frame, going for the spare, and oh, does not make it. That could be costly, Craig.
Could be very costly. We saw something very similar to that cost Parker Bowen the chance to win his match against Jason Couch, and any time, especially in a one-game Stepladder finals. You know, Troy Stuss has shown he's got some strikes in him right now, 3 in a row, and you give away a freebie like that, missing a 10 pin. Troy can make it sting right here.
Nice shot coming in. Gets all 10. Some serious kinetic energy from Troy Stuss.
Troy spent some time on the tour back in the 90s. You know, he even led an event through part of the qualifying. You know, never really a full-timer for a career. But Troy's won a ton of stuff around the state of Michigan, the Michigan Masters. You know, Hall of Famer.
Stuss, left lane, a little bit of loft now. As it careens into the pocket.
Sorry, Michigan made his Hall of Fame is what I meant. But yeah, that's good stuff right there. What do you do when your opponent opens? Bang.
Nail 2 down the throat, 5-bagger for Troy Stuss. Only blemish has been the first frame so far.
And as you mentioned, you know Dave Watka wants to win a title. He wants to bowl for a title, but he also wants to bowl his buddy Jason Couch for a title. So the opportunity is so close. He can taste it. But he's got to get up and throw a couple strikes here if he wants a chance.
By the way he's looking,
again,
that might not happen.
That ball never even thought about sniffing the head pin there.
1, 2, 4, 10. Trickier spare. Craig Elliott, how does he get it done?
Got to throw left to the head pin. Get the ball to take out the 1, 2, 4. Get the 1 to kick over into the 10.
Wow. Back-to-back opens for Dave Watka. He now trails by 37, and if Troy Stuss has proven anything, he's about to make this really painful.
Yeah, you can tell how Dave, he's taking no time to get up there and just throw it. He knows it's just about over. Not a heck of a lot he can do. Troy's got a good game going. The max score for Dave now is 228.
Yeah, 290. Dave Watka still put in a great tournament. Battling his way through Michael Calvin, John Janowitz, and Randy Weiss. Troy Stuss, though, intent on ending him here. Another strike for Stuss.
He goes 9 out, 9 out, 9 out. It's 214. Doesn't even need another mark. He's in the 2 teens. And the max for Watka is 223. So it's the writing's on the wall.
Yep. Watka getting through Brad Angelo in this step ladder, but in all likelihood, well,
yeah, that's not the right time for that. But again, he just needs a mark in any of the next couple of frames.
just some composure in this split that Troy Stuss needs to display.
And that's one that just got a little quick. All right, remember, said speed control is the key for him. Just got touch fast.
Open frame in the 8th. Dave Watka approaching on the right lane. Last few frames. Probably wants to get through them as quick as he can.
Finally got the 6 pin to do a little damage there, and it wrapped itself right around the 10.
Yeah. Nothing really working this game for Watka. Had a good early first 4 frames, but since then it has been nothing but pain. 3rd place finish is not too bad for Dave Watka. Ninth frame for Dave. 7-10 split, as if the bad luck could get any worse, Craig.
That's just sticking the knife in and just turning it a couple times, right? It's like, all right, I know I'm not going to win. Just let me get out of here. Great, 7-10.
Let's see if he tries to take his anger out.
He is. Yeah, he's throwing a little speed at her. Oh, all right.
Almost had it, but
almost. You know, it's great to see Dave back here, though. It's going to be a 3rd place finish with what he's gone through with his health issues the last couple of years, battling and beating cancer to, you know, still out here bowling, doing what he loves.
Wow.
You know, kudos to Dave. He won't bowl a full tour schedule, I don't believe. Doesn't usually do that, but he'll bowl a few more events. And it'd be great to see him back in a final and maybe have a chance to bowl for a title.
Now Troy Stuss with a little victory lap in the 9th and 10th. Maybe some time and opportunity to figure out what he can do against Jason Couch.
Yeah, I think watching Troy's game, he's just going to do more of the same. Just, you know, keep that speed control and keep jamming him in that pocket. Powerful strike ball. Our championship match is going to be Hall of Famer Jason Couch, looking for his 2nd title here on this tour. He won the 2nd tournament he entered on the PBA50 tour, but it's been a couple years. He's had some opportunities, not able to capitalize on it, and you got to say he's a definite favorite here against Troy Stuss.
Yeah, Jason Couch has just looked unreal through the match play rounds of 16 and 8. An apex predator of the lanes. Not much has been able to stop Jason Couch. I mean, if you're able to get through Parker Bone the 3rd in the fashion that Couch did, it's going to take a lot to beat.
Well, I mean, he came out of the bracket that's got 4 Hall of Famers in it, right? Pete McCordick, Parker Bone, Walter Ray, and Couch survived that bracket, that brutal bracket, with Brian LeClaire. And Brian LeClaire is a heck of a player.
Yeah.
Don't fall, Toby. Got to take care of that deadwood. Come on, we don't need you falling on the lane. There's our first good look at the backside of tournament director Toby Contreras.
Nice work from him. Look at that balance.
Oh, he triggered the ball return on the other side when he slipped off there. Come on. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
A little bit of assistance Free re-rack.
Dave's giving him the business. Like, come on, Toby. Do a score correction on there. 220. Well, Stus gets a fill ball. Yeah. He triggered both sides. Toby messed it all up. Messed it all up.
They're correcting Watka's 10th frame.
Yeah, they're having to do it up the counter. Fixing Stuss's also.
And we're reset here at the 2024 PBA50 Hamtramck Singles Classic. Final match is just a few minutes away.
So 2:31. Wow,
Wow.
that's the 4-7-10 we've seen on this pair.
Yeah.
Right? Let's remember that. 2:31 for Stuss. Nice game.
Lot of 10 pins being left.
Not the score performance in this game that Watka was really aiming for, but again, you know what? He was here. Had a chance. Made a nice run against a strong field always in these 50 events.
Troy Stus putting up 6 strikes in a row here in his effort of defeating Dave Watka. That is 169 for Dave as his Hamtramck singles bid comes to an end.
Well, Jason's going to get his practice shots. I think he'll give us a chance to take a 90-second break here, and we'll come back with a championship match with you shortly. Yeah, a big round of applause. Shout out to Steve Klein and the family for hosting us here this week at Vision Lanes. Sounds like he's got big plans to bring us back next year and make everything bigger and better.
Hey, why not? This has been a fantastic week. I've absolutely loved the Vision Lanes here in Westland, Michigan. If you're tuning in and nearby, come bowl.
If he's looking for ideas to make it better, I'm saying crawfish boil during the event. I mean, you know,
put some crawfish on the opposite lane so you
There
can
you
go
go.
have a snack during the matchup.
All right, Jason Couch going to start things off on lane 23.
The left-handed cranker. Huge backswing on it, rides the line, leaves a pin standing. Wow, 8-pin.
And you know, in his matches he's bowled in the last couple of years, that's what's got him. Man, he just jams him in the pocket. But we saw him leave a 9-pin against Parker Bowen earlier. Start out with an 8-pin there. It's just, that's rough.
16 PBA Tour titles, including 4 majors. 26 PBA Regional Tour titles, but just 1 PBA 50 title. He searches for his second here tonight.
And remember, 3 consecutive tournament champions wins in Jason's career. It just happens that the TOC is going on a couple hours south of us in Akron, so it almost seems fitting that he bowls and wins during this time of the season.
It's kind of like when a person turns into a Wolverine when it's a full moon. Whenever it's TOC season, get out of Jason Couch's way. Now Troy.
Yeah, Troy just says, hey, don't, let's not forget about me. Yeah, I'm here too.
Leaves the 2-4. Still standing on that one. Neither guy can find a strike in the first frame. Again, it is single elimination. 1 game to determine who the winner will be.
You know, from a bowling history standpoint, how awesome could it be to see a Stuss banner hanging at the end of the lanes again? But if that's going to happen, he's going to have to clean it up just a touch.
Yep. Trails by a pin after 1. We've seen several open frames in the step ladder here in the round of 8 and round of 16.
Well, we saw him open the first frame of his last game, too. I think just get some nerves shaken off, and that one there was just a miss.
Let's see if he can do a little bit better. Left lane comes over, not able to find 10. Leaves that 9-pin just up by a couple inches. Owner of Pins Bowling Center, Troy Stuss, for the spare. Gets it.
All right, Couch with a little lead early after a frame. Stuss opens 9 in the first. Couch made his 8-pin.
And like we've talked about with some of the bowlers like Rakoski and absolutely Jason Couch, once they start striking, it is near impossible for them to stop. Huge backswing.
Oh, he likes that shot. You can tell when he gets that arm kind of dangling there.
Yeah.
Hey, release. He likes it. Yeah, here I'm saying it feels like I'm bowling Parker. Yeah, same issue you had there. 9-pin, 7-pin, 6-pin. Make the spare still up 10 after 2.
A lot of Troy's success came in the 90s with the Michigan Majors Bowling Association.
Yeah, very storied tour here in the state of Michigan.
Would mean quite a lot for him to gain his first title in the home state.
A lot of PBA Tour titleists have won on that Michigan Majors Tour. John Mazza, former Rookie of the Year. Michigan guy, he's won multiple times on that tour. Of course, Troy's dad, Gene Stuss, PBA USBC Hall of Famer. 11 titles on this PBA 50 tour in his career.
Jason Couch taking time on the left lane. Huge backswing. Deep left. Still can't find a strike. Now the amusement is gone.
Look at you, real quick with that one. Really quick with that one.
It kind of becomes a battle of finding your footing first. Reaching the midway point of our final matchup here in Westland, Michigan.
From this angle, almost looks like that 3-pin is over just a touch to the left. That kind of plays as a little blocker for that 9-pin back there.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful hooking this one into it.
Worst thing.
Could just be our angle though.
Well, either way, he gets him down.
Never in doubt.
The never in doubt sounds more doubtful every time you say it, Craig.
I know I could get my voice that high.
You and Freddie Mercury up there with just the pitch.
All right, back to Stuss now. Got a few shots under his belt in this title match. Let's see what he does here.
He had
Shake
6.
off the cobwebs. That
Wow.
never got there.
Must have been in these guys' water bottles before this finals matchup, because now they are allergic to striking. Troy Stuss shot a 231 in that last match. 6 straight strikes to claim it. He did have 2 splits. Gets the spare, a little tricky.
Oh, I knew he had that one.
Now he's sort of shaking his head, looking at the lanes. Craig, if you were going to try and get a strike, what would you have to do?
I think he just got to slow down a little bit. The couple shots we saw last game, or several shots last game, he really got off his hand knives, big heavy roll. You know, and that speed was not slow, but not, you know, not just zipping through the front part of the lane.
Troy Stuss deep down, and again, just right off the side. 2, 4, 5, and 8.
Yeah, I think some of that too is he's kind of hitting some of that urethane that we saw a couple games from Watka, getting in that same part of the lane, which just gives him a little bit of push. And with his speed, it's almost like the ball hydroplanes, just speeds up. You want it slowing down. The ball's got to slow down to hook, and it just looks like it's not slowing down.
The ghost of Dave Watka maybe spelling out disaster for Troy Stuss. Does stay clean.
But you can see on that spare, right, he's way left of where Dave was at. That ball actually turned into the you know,
juts out
into the bucket, into the, you know, called the 2-5 pocket down lane, where his first shot, where he's, you know, he was a zone right of that, it never made that turn. Just never picked up any traction.
Jason Couch, 4th frame, trails by 4 pins. This is a razor thin Stepladder finals matchup.
Jay's taking his first re-rack there, and the other thing for Stuss is the 6 count, right? He's given up some counts on those. Usually, you know, 9 spare is finding 6 spare. Those are crucial pins when we get into the count game.
Mm-hmm. Huge spin, crushes 10. Walk it off.
Throwing that one right through the back of the machine there.
And talk about a massive jump in pins, too. That was big.
Oh, he's been here before. He knows what it's like to put pressure on somebody. When your opponent loses the pocket, get up there and throw a couple strikes at him. Say, all right, now what are you going to do?
Jason Couch to put a little bit more heat onto Stuss. Look at that.
He was pretty confident at about the 35-foot mark on that one. Then he kind of stopped walking it out, and the 9-7 falls late, but it fell.
It went with him. The breeze of him walking by is what brought those last several. Now trailing by 36. Troy Stuss. Clutch moments here. As he gets 10. Stuss in this.
You know, we talk about all the cool jerseys. Like this is almost a throwback here for Troy. You know, years ago it was just a single colored shirt with some embroidery on the back. All right, nice little font. That's just a little screen print action, almost like he said, "Hey, I got to get a shirt made of bowl this week." But I got my closet. I got this purple one, but I like it.
You know, I am still partial to the Kyle Troop full outfits or the Schaefer Monopoly. But if Stuss wins, I'll become a believer as he gets another strike.
Both those shots were just more relaxed, nice and easy. And you know, and maybe the double from Couch loosened him up. He's, oh, all right, I guess you know what, we got a strike. Yeah,
got to show up.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you don't have a choice to do anything else, you rise to the moment.
Just throw it a little bit better, and there's a double.
And we are back to a 4-point game. Or pin disadvantage.
Oh, get another frame. Couch is up 25. Yeah, I had to peek around the monitor there, the TV. 61 in the 4th for Stuss, 57 in the 3rd for Couch. On a double, he strikes here, gives him 87. He'd be up 26 through 4.
Couch, high backswing, down the left. Zips all 10.
You know, he joked that he felt like he's bowling Parker, and that's a couple of shots that Parker got to go his way. See, he just said it. Yeah, just like Parker. he knew that was in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
One for the good guys is what Jason's thinking right now.
Couch cooling it off, icing these lanes, molding them into his design. But Troy Stuss still very much here, not going away easily. Couch looking to make it 4 in a row. Big 7th frame for the Hall of Famer. Massive on the backswing, deep on the side. Leaves that 7. Craig.
Brutal 7-pin. Absolutely brutal.
Couch still trying to ride with it.
I mean, you can't throw much better than that.
Yeah, that, I mean, it looked perfect.
That 4-pin just spun around the 7 and didn't even give it a kiss.
Well, Valentine's Day was a few months ago, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
No love lost between Jason Couch and the lanes, as he just needs to snip off this 7-pin. Wife watching along, Kim Couch. Been with him all the way. Way back when he made his first TV show in 1992, he won the PBA Rookie of the Year. Now looking to snatch up a PBA50 title. Get out of here, 7.
Yeah, looking for number 2 out here on this PBA50 tour.
Man, think about it. Joined the PBA in '91. First full season was 1992. Still making stepladder finals. Troy Stuss, though, looking to start a new era.
Ooh, up a little high. Could have been a 4-pin.
Yeah.
But no, it's a strike. Strike here, he can cut it to 5.
Troy rolled 6 strikes in the last game. On pace right now to meet that mark. That first title inches away. Troy Stuss, 8th frame.
Oh,
Split.
it went from bad to worse.
Wow.
I mean, a 2-8-10 is bad. 2 falling late
8-10
is even worse.
I think this is what we saw Belmo run into on the Masters stepladder final, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Got to try to bounce something.
Close. Good effort from Stuss. But that open frame might be.
Yeah, that hurts. Puts his max at 207. Couch stays clean. He's in the 2 teens. Didn't expect an 8-10. 7-10s, we've had 4 of them already in this stepladder. Didn't expect an 8-10.
Yeah. I guess we were due for one, Craig.
Unfortunately, that's the way it looks.
Jason Couch, only 3 strikes so far in this championship matchup.
So you see him going through his process, taking a little extra time, taking a nice deep breath before he gets up on the approach. Put your hand in, let her go.
Expecting huge backswing, lot of steam down that left side. Here he comes, cooking the lane, comes through.
Aced it.
Just too good on that right side.
That's what Hall of Famers do right there.
Yep. Pretty big 9th frame here for Couch. Again, known as that left-handed cranker. Lives up to it every single shot.
Strike here wins it.
Couch taking his time. He knows what's at stake.
He's only struck once on this lane so far to this game.
Jason Couch in an effort to capture his second PBA 50 title. One more strike.
Oh, come on, 4-pin. It's the 7-7 wiggles.
It bounces the 7.
Seriously.
Wow. Again, one of those shots where it's just hard to throw it better than that, but
yeah,
if the lane's not cooperating, it's just not cooperating. So now things get a little bit interesting scoring-wise, Craig.
Yeah, Couch is still in 2 teams if he stays clean. Again, the max score for Stuss is 207.
Yeah. Got to make the spare. Open frame at this stage in the game would be beyond frustrating. Look at that. Doesn't need to see it.
Yep.
Troy Stuss, 9th frame. Open in the last one. Possibly has cost him everything.
Yeah, Couch is in the 200s, the 2 O's, even if he doesn't mark. So Stuss, he's got to throw the next 3. That's all there's to it.
And that's it. No possible way for Troy Stuss.
No. Puts him in the 190s. Couch just, needs keep it on lane twice is all. I mean, it's good effort. Great tournament for Stuss. Great run. Finishing second. How about old JC, Jason Couch? Comes up here to Westland. The first tournament of the season.
Jason Couch was ranked number 24 on the PBA's 2008-2009 list of 50 greatest players of the last 50 years. 41 perfect 300 games in that 2010-2011 season. And 2012 was when he was elected to the Hall of Fame. Unreal career. I mean, 41 perfect 300 games in PBA events. That's
pretty solid.
Yeah.
And a few more on top of that, I'm sure that probably got missed. Yeah, he can bring it. He can throw some strikes. But Jason Couch is going to get his second win. And after we thought he lost.
Yeah.
Couch is done. Wait, no, he's still bowling. Oh, no, he won that game. Take advantage of it. Wins a great match against Parker Bowl in the 3rd.
Troy Stuss, respectable efforts here, comes in second.
Yeah, and all these fans here in the building know Troy. He's a Detroit legend. These are Detroit fans here. Great round of applause. Got to make him feel better.
Yeah.
Sure not going to like not getting a W, but a good finish to second place and great fan appreciation.
I mean, Troy had a heck of a tournament. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. Had the bye. Takes out Tom Adcock, sweeps him, and sweeps Brad Angelo.
We are going to get Jason Couch in here for a little a little chat here after this too. So don't go away. It should be a great interview as always. A couple of laughs, I'm sure.
Yeah. One more shot here at the 2024 PBA 50 Hamtramck Singles Classic at Vision Lanes. All belongs to that man, Jason Couch. The left-handed cranker. Leaves the 7-pin to close it out. Some sportsmanship there between himself and runner-up Troy Stuss. What a moment. His second PBA 50 title.